All right, y'all. I am joined today by a very special guest. I want to welcome Andy from BitCoinSensus. Andy, thank you so much for coming on the channel, man.
Hi, Jason. I'm really glad to be on your channel, man. Thank you very much for inviting me. And yeah, man, glad to be here. Exciting times.
Absolutely exciting times. Bitcoin is at all-time highs, man. How do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
it's looking great, man. Much better than back in the summer, of 2021 when we had that crash. So portfolios in green, everything's looking nice. Maybe it's time to take some profits. Who knows, huh?
Absolutely, man. It's funny. The last time, we got together and collaborated, I think Bitcoin was around 30K, and we're like, I don't know, this could be the end. And but
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
are.
yeah,
Here we are.
yeah. Back up again.
Yeah, man. So past few days have been extreme volatility, man. I mean,
Yeah.
in the macro, things are really up a lot, but yesterday we had a huge shakeout, a huge crash. So I just want
Yeah.
to know, what's your take, man? What do you think is short term? What do you think is more long term? What can we expect coming up with the Bitcoin price?
All right. Well, yeah, if you want, I can share the screen. I'll give you my opinion also right now. And well, I mean, just to keep it simple, I'm not going to put too much indicators. We're going to do like a macro analysis here a little bit. This is on the 4 hourly chart. So basically, yesterday, if I just zoom in here, this is the 4 hourly chart for BTC. I'm not going to get any indicators, maybe a little bit of volume, but keeping it a little bit simple so we can understand where we're at. And then I'll zoom out here on the chart. So basically, we had this crash yesterday, right? This was kind of a shakeout. And the dump was, from the high to the low, it was about almost a 10% correction, which is, pretty high. It's pretty good for a correction, healthy correction for BTC. One thing that I did notice here is, we have very healthy higher lows right over there. And also these lower highs creating this kind of symmetrical triangle, right, that we broke out. And this does have a technical target, getting the back here of the symmetrical triangle. And from the breakout, we should be reaching the 72, 73K range, maybe in the next coming days, maybe it'll be a week or two. I do not know, but that is a projected move from this kind of consolidation. Also, where we're bouncing right now, this 63K range, we actually dipped down below 63K yesterday. But it is a very, very strong range because we have been, trading there and managing to stay very nicely as support and resistance, as you can see right over here. This was for about 10-15 days in late October, beginning of November. And yeah, basically this is where we are getting supported very, very nicely. Now, what could happen in the, oh yeah, also I want to just let you know, maybe you didn't see this, but I was talking about this being a potential inverse head and shoulder right over there, if you can see on the chart, and that target was met. We actually traded this back on my channel. We did detect this inverse head and shoulder, and from the breakout, basically the target was met just below that 70K range. So now basically just a pullback. We're just retesting the neckline here, as you can see, which is the 63K range. What could happen right now? Well, we do have the target of this symmetrical triangle, right? That should be hitting that 72, 73K range. So maybe a little bit of volatility around this range is very, very possible. We might dip below 63K, 63 again, just to, get people a little bit scared, especially after a dump like this. Usually have a dead cat bounce. Okay, this is what usually happens. Now it could go sideways and start going up from here. Now, zooming out, if you want to know the macro, you want to know my opinion on if BTC for the next few weeks and months is going to go up or down, I'm going to say we're going to continue to the upside. We need to see, a massive euphoria phase on BTC, is my opinion. I don't see us, finishing the bull run here, because this is pretty much not a double top, right? Because we're already hitting all-time highs here. We are hitting all-time highs here. And for a double top on any chart, usually it is pretty fast. You don't take like 3 or 4 weeks around the all-time high and then you dip, right? Because a lot of people want to take as much money at the very top, and usually the double top, the second top falls pretty fast because a lot of people are just taking profits at the double top. But this time I see this as a reaccumulation event, because this is what happened. You slightly break all-time highs, you come back down, for all those over leveraged positions. So I would think that, even breaking 63K and retesting that 60K range. Okay, I say range because of the volatility. We don't know the volatility can even, pierce through down to $58,000 and then come straight back up. So for people that are over leveraging at this point, you just need to be very, very cautious. I do see this as a reaccumulation, sorry. And yeah, we're basically going to go to higher levels.
Yeah, I have a very similar outlook. And yeah, when we look at, the consolidation within that triangle and stuff like that, it really is, if we come back down to the high 50s, we're still trading in a range. It's not
Absolutely.
like we have anything to be scared of. I would even see us come back down and test 52K before I would get concerned. Yep, right there.
Absolutely. Yeah, this high over here. Yeah. I mean, I was talking about this since we had this massive pump, but I think I'm getting that out of the cards right now, only because we are just ranging around this area for such a long time. Corrections happen pretty sharply, right? You go to the top, you have a dip sideways, it looks like you're recovering, then you have the dip again. But when you go sideways for such a long time, it's just I don't see that. I don't see us coming back down to 52K again, because we're just going sideways. We're finding a nice solid price level, which is in between that 60K and 67K where we're trading right now, approximately. So I just see it having a nice solid price action sideways, telling me that this is a reaccumulation. But I do think that, yeah, it's definitely possible. If we take a look at the fib levels, like we were taking a look at on your channel, we did almost hit the 62% level golden pocket from this high to this low, right? The second wave to the downside. Now we did create this other wave right over here from the low, sorry, to the high. It does make sense that you could potentially hit that 50% level, which is $44,000, or even 62 golden pocket, which is round about that 52K range, right? Retesting this high also. So it will still be looking pretty bullish if we do have this kind of price action, in my opinion.
Yeah. And, I'm sure if we do come down that low, it would be an awesome opportunity to get in a really nice position. But
absolutely. Yeah, just connecting the higher lows, it is at higher lows right over here. It still be looking healthy and a pretty big uptrend, right? If this happens in the next few days.
And if you pull your fib again, the golden pocket lines up perfectly with that trend line from the
exactly. I mean,
so
if this happens,
that'd be really nice,
Yeah, exactly. That's indicating me that would be a great buy zone. But I think, I mean, maybe a lot of people are expecting that to happen also. A lot of people are expecting a correction. Maybe this is a great buy zone. If it does come, I will be ready to step back in, into some positions and buy some cheap Bitcoin. But like I said, I just see us having a really nice solid consolidation right over there. And this has been over 25 days now,
it's been
above 60K. So I just want to get one indicator out, which is the volume profile. I like to see this where most of the volume has been traded. And as you can see, we have these mountains, right, of volume profile where we've had most of the volume traded around those ranges. And you need to note that the very end of these mountains are very, very important. Just like here back in the summer, we didn't manage to go below $30,000 because this huge amount of volume was also holding us, right? Because there was a lot of volume traded around this range, and it was very, very likely that we weren't going to lose that $30,000. We did wick below, hitting that 28K. And in this case, I just want to show you, that this mountain over here. And this is basically the end of this mountain is where we actually getting those bounces. So if I just zoom in here and show you, the price action is just bouncing at the top of this kind of mountain, right? So that's the thing. If we want to go down and correct to these levels, we also need to pierce through of all this huge volume profile to get to this next range, okay, where they have this next mountain. So
right.
Yeah.
And so 60K is such an important level then, right?
Yeah. Also looking at the VPVR. So that's my take on Bitcoin, man.
Cool, man. Now, how about Ethereum? Are you into Ethereum at all?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do check out Ethereum. Also,
Ever
I do
heard of
check out
Ethereum?
some. Yeah. So let's take a look at Ethereum. I got Ethereum right over here. I also take a look at some alts, but yeah, Ethereum, most importantly, mainly my channel is Bitcoin and Ethereum secondary. So this is the Ethereum chart. Maybe a lot of people are going to disagree here. We are in a very healthy uptrend, in my opinion. Okay, I see some people calling this for like an ascending wedge, or and I see this more of an ascending channel kind of thing. I don't see it as an ascending wedge, more of an ascending channel. We're consistently making breaking all-time highs, correcting all-time highs, correcting. And, I'm not going to do any short-term analysis because, the Ethereum price can go very, very volatile. We could come down to 4,300. There's a very good support there from the last all-time high, 4,300, 4,400, right over there. We did get a nice bounce here once we broke it, as you can see. And now just continue to the upside. But I want to give you, a potential price target for the next coming weeks. And maybe a lot of people are going to disagree because they don't like this pattern. And this is a huge cup and handle because we had the all-time high right over here back in May that we created just beneath 4,400. And then, you have the massive drop, you have the consolidation and climbing up here very, very nicely to this range. Okay, not reaching the all-time high, but then consolidating and having, this kind of handle, right? Also, the handle is a little bit overextended, but I think it's pretty valid. You break in here this resistance from these lower highs, you're breaking out, you're bouncing here twice, and then you're off to the races. So, I mean, we have a measured move from this cup and handle, and I'm going to show you right now, is getting the lower part to the resistance area from the breakout. You do have a projected move getting you above $6,000. Obviously, that's not going to happen anytime soon. It might happen in a week. It might happen in 4 weeks. We don't really know exactly, but just be careful with volatility. If we do come down to that $4,000 range, I see this being very, very strong resistance turning into support because of this high over here, and also the resistance from these lower high trend lines. So if BTC went down to that 52K range, like we were discussing before, I do see Ethereum coming down to 4,000, 3,900 potentially, where there's going to be an insane buy zone. Because if we get the fib levels also here, from Ethereum, from this low of the summer to the high, also we almost perfectly hit that golden pocket range right at 62. We just almost hit it right over there with this price action. So if we take the fib levels, I wouldn't be surprised. It would still be looking very, very healthy from this massive run up to come down to that range. Maybe the Fibonacci golden pocket is 3,000, just above 3,500. But I think the 50% levels should be holding very, very nicely because of this lower high resistance turning into support. Also, this peak over here, which is at the $4,000, we've also got massive support. So it would make sense that this range should be holding nicely before we continue to the upside. If that happens, who knows? We're just going up so solidly here nicely that we could start going parabolic. Who knows? I mean, this is the thing.
Yeah, if we break out of the upper trend line of the channel, I think we could absolutely go parabolic. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, from these higher highs kind of thing, right?
Yeah. If we that resistance. Also, if we lose the support and we do come back down to the $4,000 range, I mean, that would be so juicy, and it would be a proper retest of the cup and handle breakout on a high time frame, which would just be such an awesome.
Looking at the daily, basically more, just to see it more, because it's been so solid though. This pump has been so solid with its retracements. But this is a reason why I don't think that a massive correction can come. Just like this, run up, and this one it's been a little bit too parabolic. You obviously have those sharp corrections if you go a little bit parabolic, but this one right over here is just so, pump, retracement, pump, retracement, pump, retracement. It's just, I see this as a very solid uptrend. So that's my take on.
There's nothing bearish about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Don't fight the trend, right?
Yeah.
The trend is your friend.
Until the end.
Yeah, exactly.
So any other altcoins you're looking at, Andy?
Well, there is a bunch of altcoins. We can have a quick jump. Also, the total crypto market cap. This is the total crypto market cap, including Bitcoin. And I can show you here something very interesting, which is another cup and handle right over there.
Yeah.
We have a clear resistance, 2.46 trillion major resistance we had there. This is on the daily, and if we could just go to the 4 hourly, we had a nice clear breakout there from this resistance. Right, there's resistance over there. We had a little bit of consolidation, finally breaking it, bouncing as support. We've been talking about this in my channel for a long time, all the way back in the beginning of October. And alts and crypto are going to go parabolic. They're going to, well, not parabolic, but they're going to have a nice steady growth. And everything is looking very, very healthy. If I zoom in here on the total crypto market cap, we also have a major resistance here at the $2.64 trillion, where we've been bouncing very, very nicely. Also, I see this as an inverse head and shoulder right over there. We also got really bullish on my channel on alts as soon as we had that major dip back here in the beginning of November, and then it went, reaching the target of this inverse head and shoulder, which is the $2.45 trillion approximately, as you can see here. And the measured move of the cup and handle, let me just show you quickly. There is a projected move, when you break the highs from a consolidation like this kind of pattern. I see us, the total crypto market cap trading at the $3.6 trillion. We're about we're about $800 billion away from this range. So I do see $800 billion coming in the crypto in the next coming months.
Amazing.
Jason. So
yeah. And so before you go, Andy, I do want to know, first of all, what are your price predictions for Bitcoin and Ethereum? And also, how long do you see this bull market going? Do you think we have until early 2022? Some people are saying until the winter of 2022. What are your thoughts, man?
I think first or second quarter of 2022. I don't see us all depending on the price action, right? Because if we start going pretty parabolic on Bitcoin and Ethereum, by next month, December, if we start going really parabolic, almost hitting that 100K, I see a possibility of the bull market ending very, very soon. Depending if we do start jumping very parabolically to 90K, 100K in the next few weeks, I'm just going to be very, very cautious. I will be taking some profit because, I like to see a steady growth. If we are growing like we are right now with these nice consolidations, Ethereum having that really nice uptrend, growing consistently like this, I do see us finishing the bull trend, the bull market in first quarter or second quarter of 2022. Also, price predictions, keeping it simple. I would just get the fib levels from price predictions, from this high, when you break all-time high, from the high to the low consolidation, we've got some really beautiful fib levels over here, which is the 1.6 and 2.6 being a little bit more aggressive. So 1.6 would be around about $86,000 range. Potential peak there, maybe yes, maybe not, maybe we're going to blast off this range. If we take a look at the last cycles, we easily get to the 1.6 and also the 2.6. So, aggressive target, $120,000 peak for BTC might happen first quarter, second quarter. This is my opinion. Eventually, conservative target where I'm going to start taking some profits is $86,000.
Yeah, for sure, man. I hold similar targets, and I guess it's like a lot of things in life. If you go too fast, it'll be over before you want it to be. So
yeah, exactly. For Ethereum, more about the same thing. I like to check out the fib levels because we've been absolutely smashing it from the high here of May down to the low of the summer. We're breaking all-time highs right now, so we do have kind of projected moves. And conservative would be this one right over here. I think this one will eventually be reached because of the cup and handle, because of the fib levels. 1.6 is very conservative here in the blue. Red, a little bit more aggressive. We have the 8,400, 8,500 range, okay, where it should be a good time to take some profits just below 10K, because a lot of people calling for 10K, a lot of people calling for 20K. I think we should be taking profits before we hit those levels, because if everybody's expecting that, not everybody's going to get rich, that on crypto, right, Jason?
Yeah,
A lot of people are going to miss out on taking profits for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Hold it all the way up, hold it all the way down.
Exactly. Yeah. Very true.
All right, Andy. Well, thank you so much for being on the channel, bro. I'm honored to have you on here, and we'll have to do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. In the next couple of months, we'll definitely have to do it again, see where Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins are.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody. God bless. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.